to episode 2 of Boleros. I'm Margaret.
And I'm Maia.
And we are a mother-daughter creative team from New Jersey. And we are just so happy to be with you today. And we just want to thank you so much for your amazing and over-the-top support with our first episode. It was just so much love and so much kindness shown by you all in welcoming us to this platform, and we are just so grateful, right?
Yeah.
It has been so heartwarming to read your comments. They have brought us so much joy, and learning just the question that we asked last episode was, what brings you joy when you're knitting? And just the wonderful responses that were so inspiring.
We definitely were not expecting all of, definitely not expecting the outcome of our first episode, but we are so grateful, and it's been so nice to read all the comments. They were all so positive, and that's what we love about connecting with everyone in this community, is that they're so sweet.
Yeah. And it's amazing, through this shared craft of knitting, we can open up just so many wonderful relationships and just be a source of comfort to one another. And it is with great pleasure that we are happy to draw our winner for the getaway for the giveaway prize. And the giveaway prize is a beautiful candle by our wonderful friend Victoria from Vita Lifestyles, and she is about to launch her holiday collection, which we are going to be sharing some in the near future, because Christmas is a-coming. The holidays are coming. Thanksgiving is coming, and all the holidays are coming, and so we are going to be featuring a special segment with Victoria coming up soon. But in the meantime, she has shared her delicious smelling candle with us as a giveaway prize, and also some mini skeins and some chocolate delights. And so now we have taken all the wonderful names from the comments and just mixing them up in this basket. Maia, will you do the honors and choose our winner?
So our winner is Joyce Yvonne.
Joyce Yvonne.
Oh.
Joyce, it's Joyceivan. And
I'm
so,
sorry that I said that incorrectly.
No, Joyce Ivan. It's 2 words, 2 names together. And so, yay! Congratulations.
Should I hold up the giveaway?
Well, it's in another area of the home right now. So, but Joyce, Yvonne, if you can just contact us either in the comments below and just give us your email, or go to boleros.com and just send us a quick note on there and just let us know what your address is, and we'll be sure to get that out to you. So anyway, this has been great fun, and we also have a giveaway coming up for this episode, which we are excited about. So Maia, what has been lighting you up, inspiring you since we last chatted?
That's a good question. When I signed my lease for my apartment with my friends a few months ago, we were they promised us a pretty nice gift card that we could use on anything. So of course, naturally, I need to get clothes with that, which is such a responsible way to use a gift card. But I found a really cute long denim skirt, and I've been just thinking about how to style that. And I will later on talk about an idea of what I'm knitting to go along with it. But definitely coming up with new outfits has been very exciting for me. And definitely trying to plan my next project and think about how I would incorporate it with my wardrobe already is very exciting for me. So yes, that's been for me.
And for me, I have been inspired by the color white. it's not a color I usually knit with. And if you notice here on the mannequin, I do have a sample of something which I'll talk about that I've been knitting on. And again, white is not normally a color I am knitting with because I tend to gravitate to more punchy colors. But as I was knitting on the white and we were spending the weekend, we did a getaway for my mom's birthday, and we spent it up in the Catskill Mountains of New York, and I will try to insert some footage. It was just such a peaceful morning when we got up on Saturday, and I took advantage of the extra time to just sit and knit on this outside. And so listening to the wonderful stream and the just sounds of nature while knitting, it was just so restorative. And at the same time, I had been working on some music for an upcoming concert this weekend, and it's the music of Schubert. And the color white and the music of Schubert just started to resonate so strongly together, white having a purity and this music of Schubert also having a purity. And you know, I am so grateful for the comments. Many of you said that you enjoyed the classical music segment. I'm a classical pianist, and so I just was so grateful to hear that you liked the insertion of some classical music. So I'd just like to share just a little bit of the opening of this piece by Schubert. It is his impromptu. He wrote a set of 4 impromptus from Opus 90, and this is the last one, and it sounds just like, if you hear it in the beginning, like it's just like a snowfall, the white purity of snow falling, and just the beautiful breath of just newness and new life. So I'm just going to play the opening, and then I'll insert the full performance at the end. But, you know, just a quick story about Schubert. Schubert, unlike some composers, like Beethoven, for instance, or Frederick Chopin or Franz Liszt, they all had a great deal of notoriety while they were alive, but Schubert did not. He was one of these composers that lived very much in the shadows, and it was a combination of factors. One, he was not well off. He didn't really have patrons or sponsors, and so his friends just had to help him out financially, and they supported his music, but he was actually so poor that he couldn't even afford a piano. And so he wrote all his amazing piano works on just a guitar. So he used his guitar as a reference to write piano works. And so all his life, his hero was Beethoven. And his dream was to meet Beethoven. And although he tried and he sent his music, somehow Beethoven either never got it or never looked at it, or I don't know what the reason was, but it was a secret wish of Schubert. But what was amazing about Schubert was that he was faithful. He never stopped writing the music because it was, for him, a divine act and something that he felt that he had to let out all that was in him in his lifetime, which was so short. He only lived 32 years. And so finally, and this is the theme of, I think, today's broadcast, is divine appointments. And by that I mean just these little breadcrumbs that, you know, just we do a podcast and then suddenly this community comes and we are just feeling so warm, and just the reception has been so kind and loving. Divine appointment, you know, and now we know people, we've already connected with so many of you, and it's on a heart level, and that's what I mean by divine appointment. For Schubert, his divine appointment happened when he was already nearing the end of his life. I mean, like 30 years old, 29, 30 years old, imagine. But he had just been diagnosed with syphilis, and he gets the message from Beethoven himself. Beethoven is on his deathbed, and somebody hands him the music of Schubert, and he looks at it and he says, "This is a genius. send him here. And so right before Beethoven died, there was Schubert alongside his hero. And that one divine intersection, that one divine moment in time caused an amazing energetic release. It was almost like an impartation of genius that it just happened. Both geniuses, an impartation of energy, because after that Schubert went home, and although he had 20 months left to live, he spent every single waking moment composing this music. And he had to get, even though he was very ill, he had to get it all out. And so this is just an offering, a musical offering, just in the spirit of love, that any divine, sometimes it'll take just one touch from somebody. For Schubert, it was Beethoven that just like set him on a new path of just vigor and enthusiasm and joy and creativity. And so just this is just a little musical prayer, and offered in the spirit of any divine encounters that are coming your way, that they just release new energy in your life, and they are coming. So this is a bit from the Schubert Impromptu Opus 90, and this snow falling. Maya, don't walk away. I know. Everybody says that you walked away last time.
I might walk away in the end. I don't make promises.
It's just a short little appetizer. And so now let's get into our finished objects. Okay, Maya,
Yeah.
you have a finished object that is
I do.
quite dazzling. Do share.
I really don't know why this took me 2 months to make, but I have to try to organize my thoughts because I will go in like circles. But I just want to say that this was like such a fun project because I adore Chelsea Luxe yarn, and it was the boucle with the mohair, and it just like glided. It was just really so fun for me, and I love that I didn't have to count rows with the pattern. The pattern was so easy to follow, and I realized that I love doing mattress stitch, so
yeah,
I had such a fun time with this, and I was so happy when it was done. I also like to kind of imagine my projects having like birthdays. So when they're completely done, like I'm like, oh, it's my sweater's birthday today. 'Cause it's like the first day
that's
that
so
it's
cute.
been
That's so cute.
completed.
That's okay. Can you show us
But
in
yes.
the camera a little bit of the
Yes.
detail of this sweater? Maybe stand up and show
So
us
this
how it applies.
is in 80s radio. It is a drop sleeve. I don't know if the drop sleeve is like the type of style for me, but I really, really love it. And it's just so fuzzy. And I want to talk about the neckline. I decided not to do like the full V-neck because when I was...
The V-neck had a ribbing around it.
When I was making this, I put it on like when it was like this, and I was like, I kind of like the way this looks. So then I did the V-neck, and I didn't like it as much. So I basically ripped off the V-neck, and I did just one row of knit stitch, and then took it, bound off. And I love it. So I think it's way more flattering, and that's just one thing. So yeah, you can see how fuzzy it is. Also, this sleeve had a little story because, every dye lot is different, and I happened to get a ball of yarn for this sleeve that was more white and it didn't have as much color variation, but I happened to have another one that had no brown in it, and it had more blue and pink, so I just combined the two, and when there were like holes in it, I would find a way to like just tighten the yarn. So in the end, the sleeve turned out just how I wanted it. So sometimes you gotta just be creative with it. And I absolutely love it because it is just so comfortable, and I needed just some kind of casual sweater to wear over jeans and whatnot, and this is perfect. I will definitely be doing another project with her boucle and the mohair because it is a completely different experience to combine the two together. It just flies off the needles, and I absolutely adored it. I am a sucker for this color. I could just stare at it all day. It is so soft.
Gorgeous.
And yeah, I'm going to talk about how I want to style it because I'm not a big fan of jeans. I find them very uncomfortable, but of course I'm wearing them now because I had no other choice. But I ordered a skirt that's like kind of satiny and long, and I was thinking about maybe pairing that with like boots. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm out of breath. And then I was thinking maybe like a little denim skirt that's like white, and I could do like fishnets, like white fishnets, and maybe like snow boots, like that are like kind of fuzzy.
Oh, like so, like a little ski bunny kind of.
Yeah,
look.
Sort of. Because I think that this is like, I just really like it, and I'm very happy that I took the V-neck out because I could like layer it with some necklaces. But yeah, that's my plan. I absolutely love this project. Chelsea Luxe, the boucle yarn with the mohair was just a dream. Yeah. I have my eyes on your mint chocolate chip one that she made. It's just perfect.
Yeah, that's a beautiful color.
Yeah.
So this sweater is the Stay Cozy by, do you remember?
By Shayna Billows, I
Billows,
believe?
Yeah.
Yes, a really great pattern. It was so easy to follow, no complications. And although there was like really no tricks in it, I found it so fun because I love how squishy this is. Like it is just a dream. It feels so soft and like squishy. And also I did a medium for the body because I have like a pretty tight gouge. Is that how you say it? Gouge?
Gouge.
I don't know how to say that word. I say
gouge. She means gauge, but okay. I like gouge.
I'm gonna say gouge. Everyone likes when I say gouge. It's just how I say it. I have a very tight gouge. So it actually turned out tighter than I was expecting, but I'm fine with it because originally I was thinking like if it comes out too big, I would belt it, but then I'm thinking now like that would have been weird. So yeah, I did the medium in stitches, but I wanted it to be shorter because I think like a little cropped looks better. So I maybe made it a few inches shorter, like 1 or 2 inches shorter. And for the sleeves, I wanted a pretty tight sleeve, so I did the extra small for the sleeve. And yeah, I had, I absolutely love it. It has like a beautiful halo.
Yeah.
And
the fit is wonderful, and I know that Maia is a very perfectionist kind of knitter, whereas I am like, just keep going and fudge it. So when she was concerned about the sleeves not quite matching with the yarn,
it was a big thing.
I thought, okay, because usually they call this helical knitting when you are doing the sleeve and using two different yarns, and kind of to just give less of an impression that there are two different dye lots, and she worked it out. So I was so impressed because I never even tried helical knitting before.
It worked out well.
And you just tightened the stitch every time you came to the join.
Well, it worked out well because at first I was freaking out because I got a beautiful skein originally when I first got my 4 skeins at the Wool Walk.
No, the New Jersey shape and wool.
I'm sorry.
You always call it Wool Walk.
I don't know. I'm making my own words and sentences. But anyway, so when I rolled it up, I realized that there was no brown in it. Anyways, it just worked out. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love Chelsea's yarn, and I'm very happy with it. So my sweater's birthday was this Friday, November 4th.
Yay.
So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and Mom had to weave in all the ends while we were driving upstate New York.
Yes.
Right? So all the grunt work is mine. And she made me a deal that if I would do the ends, she would drive. So there you go. It's always a deal. Deal making, right, with mom. So I don't have many FOs today. I'm wearing the turtle dove, which I talked about the last episode. So the details are on the previous episode, but this was another beautiful Chelsea yarn in Gilded Rose combo, and I added
Did you make the sleeve shorter?
Yeah, probably.
I like it though. It's very cute.
Yeah.
It's so squishy. Like when you combine it with the mohair, it's like the best texture ever.
I definitely altered the pattern a bit because I wanted a little bit more shaping on the body. I didn't want it to be too boxy, and so I took it in.
Yeah, you're great at doing that. You always
like
make them fit you very
well. That's what mannequins are for. Speaking of which, so I have an FO that has more to do with this mannequin a little bit, and so I will just show you what I did. I've had this mannequin for over 20 years. No, 20 years or something. And
really? Where did you get it from?
I got it at a dressmaking store, which existed in Montclair, New Jersey. And it was just a very, very plain brown, not nice to look at, Dritz. D-R-I-T-Z.
Did you just do this last night?
No, it was quite a project. It wasn't long, but I spread it out over weeks, which is not usually my style. But I have a really amazing, when you have like friends that are so creative and stylish and just have an eye. My friend Lisa owns a store in New Jersey in Denver called Furniture Revival, which is the most amazing store, and she has a way of taking vintage finds and painting them and just giving them a new life, but she does everything with such style. And when I walked into her store, she had some mannequins, some antique mannequins, and some of them she had put transfers like with flowers and ribbons, and I thought she has a great idea. So I took her inspiration, and I chalk painted this brown and boring mannequin white. And the process of chalk painting it was a little bit of a grind because it just didn't want to move. The paint didn't want to move very well on the fabric. I watered it down a little bit. I ended up having to do 3 coats. And in my Instagram stories, either on Bolero or on Margaret Wasick, I have a story in my highlights saved about that, so you could see more of like the actual process. But in any case, I used some transfers and rubbed them on, painted in chalk paint first, rubbed on the transfers, and then sealed it in wax. And so this is now, it went from being an eyesore to being something that I really like looking at. And so so that is the story of the mannequin, which will be making appearances on the podcast. And so I was asked, I exercise at a place called the Bar Method here in town in Bernardsville, New Jersey. And I have been going there for years and years and years. And it's just such a nice community of women there. And I always wear my hand knits when I go. And so I started a little knitting group. And we started meeting in January, and these were total, like people that said, I'll never be able to knit, I can't learn, I'll never be able to do it. And so it went from that to these gals ripping it up with sweaters and like knitting a bunch of scarves, blankets, you name it. And so it was just so exciting to see how they took off with it. And I love the notion is that we all have creativity in us. And so
you're an amazing teacher too. Like I remember you asked me like, can you teach? And I was like, well, first of all, I started a few months ago, but like even if I was like on your level, I don't think I would have the patience, but you have great patience for it.
No, I've
it's
been
amazing.
teaching a long time.
They got
it's
like
not a big deal.
they like exponentially gain talent. So it's amazing.
And so I'm just grateful because, like I said in the first episode, I learned from a book, and to learn from just drawings how to knit is no fun. And so if I could speed up the process for people, I like to do that. And so just like, it doesn't have to take so long like it took me. You can learn and make fabulous things right off the start. Now, one of the things that I find beginner knitters, they tend to just, sometimes they don't think about the product they're going to get because they don't have an overview. They don't know what it's going to come out like. And so they just get any old yarn and any old needles and they start. And just to pick up the stitch, and I totally understand, it's like they're just to get through a project, and that's its own reward. However, I started to really think about the joy of making a first project, and yes, a scarf, just because it's easy. And I know you say you don't want to make scarves, but
well, it's easier for me to say because I have you.
Okay, but
I think for a beginner, a scarf is definitely a good idea, and we just want to talk about the texture of the scarf.
So I made because I'm going to be teaching another class starting on the 17th at Bar Method, and it's a beginner knitting class. And so I was trying to create a prototype of a first project to knit together, and came up with this scarf because my idea was to make it something that is going to be scrumptious and luscious and just easy. So this is a scarf, just it is all knit stitch.
Do you want me to show how to style it?
It has a beautiful halo because I'm into yarn mixology now. This is like after spending years and years just like doing single strands, I am into mixing different bases together, and so this is what creates this kind of halo effect. And so it's just simple knitting all the way through, but it's super warm and scrumptious. Okay, so show us how one can style.
And after doing the boucle with the mohair and going back to just regular wool, I realized that it's so much more fun to knit with the two, and the end product is like a whole different level. So definitely you'll be seeing lots of layering and texture with our products and different designs. But I love how you did the stitch, which is like thick and it has the softness. So, oh gosh.
So like one way to...
See, I don't really wear scarves, but...
Just your classic. This is called the classic because it is a classic 60s inspired ski chalet in Switzerland kind of knit. Like,
you can
this
kind of like
is
put it over like that.
Classic. You put it over like this.
You do the box. Can you put it on the box?
So okay, so like so after the the classic, okay, the classic, or you could do a balaclava, which I always call baklava because I'm always thinking about food, right? So okay, look.
I had baklava last night.
Did you? Where'd you get that? Why was I not invited?
They made it so much smaller than it used to be.
Look at this is a prey ski. Did you guys ever see Audrey Hepburn in the movie?
Wait, this looks kind of silly on me.
No, it doesn't. A helmet, but she wears like a balaclava.
Yeah.
Sorry, balaclava.
That's so cute. I wanted to knit one in
it's
like a
Snow White
cobalt color, so
Yeah.
I might do that. But this is very cute.
Okay, and lastly, you can also do it as a cowl. So just wrap it around, tuck in, and voila, you have yourself a lovely kind of cowl.
Yeah, it's so soft. And I usually am like a little sensitive to mohair, but this one does not shed or anything, so it's so good.
Because this is a special brushed mohair. So
yeah, and I love the stitch that you chose because it's like it's so textured and it's like a whole different ball game.
So we are going to be giving away a kit so that we know that holidays are coming up. And
can I tell the story about how you wrapped it in the morning?
Okay, but anyway, it's a kit to make one of these, and it will be a giveaway prize. Maybe you have some loved ones in your life that always wanted to learn, or friends, that always say, oh, I'd like to knit, but, how do I start? This is just making it simple. It comes with all the yarn you need for exactly this, and I'll have different colors as well coming in the near future, but for now I'm just offering this as a giveaway. And needles, the pattern, there'll be how-to step-by-step videos. So, whoever, gets this, they could just click the barcode and it'll take them to a web page. Well, all the instructions will be laid out. And yeah, please do tell how we had a hard time wrapping it this morning.
Well, I mean, it'll be hard to explain anyways, but we were kind of discussing like different prototypes and ideas for our boleros in the future, and we decided that we want to have lots of like different feathers like this in one collection, because I think that the feathers are so cute and it adds a pop of color. So if you like this type, maybe not like exactly like this, but if you like this type of textured feather look, definitely look forward to us in the future with what we'll do. But yeah, this is a super cute kit, and we have our logo right there. I just picked these up at the print store, and right before I went in, you texted me to go, and I spilled coffee all over my pants. So
Yeah.
It looked not good.
So we had a designated time to podcast today.
Yes.
Because Maya has to get back to school. And I was like, no, you have to stop and get the sticker from the printers. Because I could not print these on our printer. It just it came out like some weird purple color. It was like dank. And so,
But this
Maya's
is
like, no.
the giveaway.
Okay.
So cute. I love the brush mohair in here. And yeah, the white color, we'll talk more about white because I have some different whips in white, but this is our giveaway prize.
Yeah, so just for the giveaway prize, if you can just comment on the following question: given a choice to knit with what color for the holiday season, which would you choose? Would you go with a winter white? Maybe you want to go festive with the traditional reds or greens, or maybe take it a little bit more dramatic with the deep blues. Just let us know, what color do you feel inspired to knit with?
What about you? What color do you feel inspired to
I am feeling suddenly feeling blue, and I never ever knit in blue, but that brings me to where I was recently and our whip segment. Well, I went to Doylestown, New Jersey to visit Yen, who owns a Forever Yarn store, and I would say she is the ultimate yarn mixologist. Her way of mixing bases to make fabrics and new textures is unlike anything. And so she inspired me so much in my knitting journey. So I went to interview her. And so I'm so excited because we'll have her on the podcast coming up in a near future episode. And so I just want to show... Yeah, I'm going to show what she kind of like, well, what I bought, all right? I'm going to just say what I bought and what I started knitting with.
Did you show the giveaway prize in that interview?
Yeah, that'll be for that interview, yeah.
Ooh,
so,
I love these.
Jan, she sells this wonderful brand, Gebhard Puno. I think she's the only distributor in the U.S., and... This is a thick and, excuse me?
Is it from Belgium?
I think it's German. It's Puno, and it's 68 baby alpaca and wool. And it's just like a cloud. And so we were talking about double stranding it for the Bolero prototype. Now, remember last episode, I saw this Bolero. It's a vintage find. I saw it on the rack. I went crazy. I love this thing so much. I already wore it to like a Friendsgiving fireside kind of like get together, and it still smells like smoke. I'm like charred. But in any case, I have been obsessed with recreating this pattern with some modifications to make it a little bit more modernized and fun. And so when we talked about it, Yen suggested these two colors together. So, and this is also Gebhard Kidseta. And so the two made a wonderful combo together. However, I still wasn't getting the Gouge Gouge. I
yeah.
wanted.
I was just thinking about the word gouge.
I
When you said
wasn't
it.
getting the gouge, and so
That's actually so funny. In my head, I was thinking like, why did I say gouge? And then right then you just said it. It was so funny.
you're so cute.
But
So gougy. So gougy.
I love the two different shades of blue because it's very refreshing and it has such a
It pops.
powerful effect.
I had a little bit of Lamb and Kid in the Todd colorway is
Todd?
Juno. Yeah, this is yak and
Can I
cashmere.
feel it?
It's so nice.
Oh, that's really nice.
It's so nice.
This is nice
I
too.
had this, and then this most amazing thing happened. I decided to throw in another blue. Now this is so off. This is so off grid because this is Lang mohair, but notice this is reads completely differently than these blues, and that was the magic. This was what I discovered when I started knitting. And this is the beginning.
It's like chemistry.
Yeah, it is like chemistry. You have to add a
Oh my
screwball
gosh.
color.
Wait, can I just look at it?
Yeah.
Too?
So
Oh, this is amazing. I just this color, I've never seen a color like this. It's like you made your own color almost.
It's what's cool about it is it's nubby, and I want to give it a little bit like a Chanel tweed like
Yeah,
feel
beautiful.
and texture. And that, I tell you, the addition of the screwball color, which was a total happy accident. This was like my Toll House cookie.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, total happy accident. It pops the other
It feels
stuff.
amazing.
I know.
Oh, I
It's
just want this.
I know. It's like scrumptious.
And
So
there's even like little glitter in it. It's so cute.
my Bolero first started like this. I had one idea in mind, which was I don't want to seam. I don't like seaming. And so I tried to get it in one piece, and it was a colossal fail. Colossal fail, and I'll show you what happened. I was just using a very natural Aran weight yarn. No, this is more bulky.
What is it?
But
Wait.
it's like after
Is it after worsted?
Yeah.
It's thicker, right?
It's worsted. It's like...
Did I say... Wait, no, I said it right.
No, you said it right.
Worsted.
Worsted.
Worst-
Worsted?
No, worsted.
Worsted. Anyway, so I was knitting this. Oh my gosh. And I said, I'm going to make this seamless. And so I started okay. I wanted to create like a really puffy balloonish sleeve. So this actually was fairly successful.
I like this part. It's kind of satisfying to see where it joins almost.
But then, horrific. And then it becomes Frankensteinish. I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to decrease and keep going without doing some sort of seaming. And if you notice, this is like a ghastly, hideous seam here. I just had to abandon this idea of doing a seamless Bolero. I'm still working on so now I'm going a different direction. With this one, there'll be a slight bit of seaming, but hopefully only just the side seams. And I'll keep you posted on my progress.
What do you call this type of stitch? Because I really love it. The basket one?
I have no idea. It's just
really
an alternation of knit and purl. I don't know the technical name of it.
So that's your whip.
That's my whip, and if I succeed, fingers crossed, there will be a pattern, and we'll be selling the pattern
Different
and
colors.
Kits that we are going to
I think
custom
kits are
make.
so fun. I don't know why, but I get so excited over
I love
them.
kits.
I don't know why. It's like the organization of it is just so
I love
fun.
kits.
And it would be actually really fun to do a knit along with the kit.
Yeah.
I've never
Bobo.
done
A bobo-thon.
knit along, but
Bobo along. Okay, so that's that. Okay. What other whips do you have, Maya? Talk about your whips.
talking about white, I do love white because it has such a it's so clean and it's so satisfying to see your work knitting up in white because it has sort of like a ski lodge look to me. Like it's just so nice and it goes with everything. Personally, I love to wear black top and white bottoms if I'm doing like a black and white look, but maybe white on white could be nice as well. So I was talking about my Loopy Mango Ballerina wrap top, and I just went crazy and I'm pretty much almost done with the back. I have just
Oh
like
my
maybe
gosh.
a little less than halfway done with the back. So I just have to finish the back. I'll go up front.
So
And also I want to show my my progress keeper, which is like for the holidays. It's like this little candle stick. I think it was from Simply Serving on Etsy. She has amazing clay stitch markers and progress keepers. Yeah, so this is the back. I just love, it's in the color Polar Bear in the Dream yarn. And the Dream yarn, I really love how plush it is, and it feels so great. It's a dream to work with. I mean, a dream. I adore working up with it, and so happy with this. Once it's done, I know I'm going to be wearing it all the time. She really just has such creative patterns, and they look so stylish.
yeah, that's for sure. So that looks beautiful.
My next whip, I guess I only have 2 right now, and I don't like having too many at once. But my next one is the Phantom Fuzz. I was going to do the Ghost Whisper because I saw Twin Aura Knits at Cake Palooza. That there was one there, and I was like, this is so fabulous. But yeah, so this is the Phantom Fuzz I'm working up right now. And I'm doing it in Wandering Flock in Cosmic Tie-Dye. It has such a beautiful halo, and I love the little pops of yellow because I really wanted the yellow pops in there. But yeah, I know it's not really a winter project because it has lots of holes, but I love the look of it, and I'm excited to wear it with, you know, like a little bralette or something, because I think it's honestly a super sexy design that she made.
Very.
I know that it's going to knit up really fast. It had an I-cord, what do you call it? Cast on.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. It took a long time for me. I don't know why, but it was super fun to do. It was just, you know, different. And I'm very excited to have this done. And since we're going to go on a cruise pretty soon, you know, if it's like chilly out in the Bahamas, we could just put that over.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. I really, really love this color, and those are my whips.
I love the neon.
The neon yellow
pops, those neon yellow pops here.
Yes.
And I just also Park and Knit, who the designer of this pattern, she is so creative.
So creative. It's so unique.
And her Instagram is so stunning. I
wanted to make all her things.
Incredible.
I really want to make her like cloak, which is similar to the Phantom Fuzz.
Yeah.
But it's like asymmetrical. I think that it'll just be so fun to style this, and it could be great for, you know, warmer days, or, you know, you just wear it when you want. I don't really think that you have to always wear a big sweater in the winter. But yeah, this is it. And I really love the Wandering Flock mohair because it doesn't shed. I believe it's like brushed. I'm super excited to have this done with.
I give you a lot of credit. Like, for me to knit in a single strand of mohair, which is so thin, it would drive me insane. But
I don't have as much fun with the single strand of mohair as like a DK way, or especially the boucle with the mohair. But I do love how delicate it is. It is a whole other ballgame.
It gives you a certain effect, which is so
is that all
sublime. I think so, but
and you showed your Bolero.
I showed my
Bolero. So is it acquisition time?
So let's talk about a few acquisitions and dream knitting for the future, because when I was in Doylestown, I saw this sweater, and I'll post it right now. I'll show it on the screen. It's the Mimi, and it has a ruffle, and I saw this most adorable young woman wearing it in I don't know, like over Rhinebeck weekend, and I just was like freaking out. So anyway, the one that was in Forever Yarn was worked up in this gorgeous colorway, Sienna Pink by Life in the Long Grass. It just is so cool with the pinks and the browns and
like
coppers. It is zebra, so I have not knit in any zebra type yarns before, and then of course we're all about the mixology of yarn, and so it will be held with another strand of Gepard, again, wild and soft. The Gepard yarn is such a high quality and at such a good price point, so it's luxurious and yet within reason.
Can I feel the two
price
together?
Point? Yeah. So I might actually put another
that's
mohair
so
in with this, just because for me, more is more nowadays when it comes to that. And then on the way back from our weekend in New York State, so Maia she's like, I understand this kind of like hyper activeness because I have it too, and I have to start. I just finished my Stay Cozy, and she says I have to start the Phantom Fuzz.
I don't know why I couldn't wait
you couldn't
a
wait.
day.
No one could.
But
wait.
at the same time, I knew I was gonna be busy in the week, so also I'm just gonna go on a tangent. But okay, so like I find that like sometimes like knitting is so fun that like sometimes I will like procrastinate other things to do it. But for some reason, so I had a chemistry test last week, and I was like knitting while watching like educational videos about it, and like so I was kind of incorporating the knitting into the studying, and I actually like I was I pushed the studying like way too close to the deadline than I should have. But for some reason, like I think the knitting, like it has some kind of effect on the brain that I actually ended up doing like way better on it than I thought I would.
Really?
For like how little time I actually spent studying.
What?
So yeah, it was some weird magic trick.
So cool. Maybe, you know what? Maybe the rhythm of the knitting.
Yeah, there's something about it. It changes your brain. I really believe it does.
Oh man,
Yeah.
That's really.
So I wouldn't be
Incredible.
surprised if knitting has some kind of positive brain effect. I really think it does.
Wow.
But anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt you. but-
No, that's okay. I could just walk off.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm
So-
getting ready to walk off.
No,
I'm kidding.
don't, please. So,
I'm
in
losing
any
circulation
case,
in this foot.
that's so uncross. So uncross it.
No, it's turning purple.
So she says to me, Mom, I have to cast off for the Phantom Fuzz. I don't have the right needle sizes. Now, Maia has been going into my interchangeable needle set, like helping herself to the point that I am losing track of cables. I have rogue needles. They're like empty slots in my
You have
case.
so many needles. It's crazy.
But it's having them all together, like little chicks. You want them all together.
I get that. It's nice to know. I like knowing where everything is. So,
Yeah.
anyways.
So finally, so she was off. In any case, I said, fine, Maria, I'll make a special trip on your behalf to get you these needles, because I understand when one has that need to cast on right away. I get it. So I drove to Up the Perfect Blend, which is in Socrates, and we were just there for Rhinebeck weekend, and it's just the most quaint, adorable store. And I was looking, you see, for a sweater, normally you need to get a few different needles, right?
Yeah.
Like for the collar, you need a certain cable. For the bodies, for the cuffs, sometimes you need smaller. And so Maia's just kind of acquiring her collection. I just bit the bullet. They had the Chiagu interchangeables, which she's gotten used to.
Yeah, well, it was an amazing surprise, and I was so excited.
It's a pre-Christmas gift.
No, and I will be supplementing the needles because it was only the large size.
Yeah, it was the half.
So, any extra needles I'll just get, myself. But it was an incredible surprise, and I feel like I've reached another level of maturity in my knitting journey.
It's like
Very
getting your
excited.
first training bra or something.
Oh. I mean, I thought you were gonna say training wheels, but
No.
yeah, no, it's just so much fun. I really love it, and I like having all my things in place.
Yeah, it's a great. This is my set because I couldn't.
I
find
left
this.
mine at home.
Okay, but this is just the way it comes. Is in this.
Yeah,
handy
it was
dandy
an
use.
amazing surprise. I'm so excited. So, yes.
Yeah. So and then I was with your grandma.
Mhm.
my mom, and she found this yarn, which is so great.
Wow,
Isn't
are you
it
making
amazing?
something for her?
So I
Can I feel
think
it?
I think Baba might be coming to the Learn to Knit class next week,
Oh, this would be so beautiful on her.
and
This is a great
so
color.
she wants to make a hat, and I just think this is so cool. This is Malabrigo, and this is called Campfire, and it's the Rasta. It's so chunky, and it's just beautiful. It's so absolutely beautiful. And so she also picked out this pom-pom to go with it
Aw.
in this gorgeous
That's a great
Baltic
color.
blue color, which cannot
That's so cute.
be beat.
I think that it's smart to do the cowl because you could style it so many ways and it just elevates an outfit immediately.
A cowl.
Like right here, this
Yeah.
prototype, I
Yeah.
think it's so fashionable and it has like a vintage.
It could even be
Vintage look.
seamed, like the two ends could be seamed so that it's like you can just wrap it around twice and you don't have to worry about the two ends if you want it that
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
right?
there's so much flexibility there.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility. So just to recap, to enter the giveaway prize, which includes everything you need to make this, all the yarn and the needles, the pattern, and how-to videos, just comment below which color inspires you this holiday season. White, green, festive colors of the season, or do you go more moody? Which way are you feeling? I'm a big believer that we sometimes knit in the colors that we need. Like, just like if we are feeling run down, we don't have enough vitamins, then we need to supplement. Color
Yeah.
vibration,
Yeah.
music vibration, it gives us those needed
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
frequencies,
really true.
right? Because we're all energetic that way.
I
right?
was on my red craze, and I guess we could go into our dream knits now, right?
Yeah.
For me, the color that I want to knit in is obviously I'm getting my white in with the ballerina top, but after that, I have two colors I wanted to do. So I wanted to make a sweater dress for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to do that because realistically it's going to take forever. Not that that's bad, but it's like I could do more things with my time. So I love this cobalt blue. I guess you could try to find a picture of what I'm talking about. It's just a very punchy, bright cobalt blue, which I think is actually kind of trending right now, but I think it's a beautiful color, and I would love to do something in that. I don't know yet what I would do, but maybe obviously a sweater. And of course, I would also have been inspired by sort of an Earl Grey color. I have a jacket that is like this kind of powdery gray that has almost a little bit of purple in it.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a really flattering color, and I would love to do something in that. And I think that's the fun thing about knitting is that you think about color more as you go, and you see colors in person, you're like, oh, I like this, maybe I could try to find something like that, and it's so fun. It's sort of like finding like an eyeshadow or a lipstick, but it's like so much more intense, and there's so many opportunities to find colors that you like and find colors that suit you. So
Yes.
I would love to do something of that. I might do like a turtleneck because I think like this kind of gray turtleneck could be super cute.
Yeah.
So that is what I would like to make.
Yeah. I've been just very
and leg
into-
warmers, sorry.
And leg warmers, right?
Yeah, like a cute leg warmer, like for the winter, like with little boots, because I have like these little like boots, but they're not very long. So to keep your leg warm, I would love to make that. Maybe in like a rusty copper color, or realistically, you can't go wrong with a white leg warmer. So if I have leftover dream yarn from my ballerina top, I might make it in the white.
That sounds great. I've been really inspired by 60s era knits. Again, I was mentioning the movie Charade with Audrey Hepburn, and I don't know, that opening sequence in the mountains of Switzerland when she comes out wearing the hooded knit and this turtleneck, and it's like in this camel. She just is, that's the opening scene, and it's so mesmerizing. And there was something about those Swiss chalet knits and those textures that really inspires my knitting right now. And so whether it's to try to recreate that nubby bubble stitch type thing in a bolero and have it be like just a short tweedy go-to piece, or even just like a classic top-down sweater in like this gorgeous nubby. Your dad just came back from Germany and he brought one of the sweaters that his dad wore in like the 70s, a ski sweater, and just is so thick and luscious, and we don't really knit heavy sweaters like that much anymore. It's just too much to wear, but it was inspiring. It was just so gorgeous. So yeah, Swiss chalet themed, right? Woo!
And we're definitely once we have our Bolero prototype, we've been in the car talking about different ways to combine different art styles or eras that we love, specifically the 60s, but we're going to do a modern twist to it. So we have very exciting ideas, different creative ways to express that, which will unfold in time, but we're very excited.
Yeah, a lot of exciting things. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. I'm amazed that Maia has stayed.
Oh, I know. I didn't know when I was gonna walk out, but maybe in upcoming episodes, if it gets too chatty, I will. But we'll see.
And if you just want to share in the knitting, just joy, and would share this channel with your friends and consider subscribing, it would just help us out a lot, and we so appreciate your amazing support, your kindest comments, and most of all, just we value this community so much, and our only hope is just to add just some joy to your day, and hope that
also I have an idea if we should do a video of us knitting and talking, and then you guys knit and talk, well, not talk, but you guys knit and listen while we knit and talk.
Or maybe we could do like a Zoom where there's an interactive, or like a Insta. So
what
like
did you call it?
Knit with us kind of thing.
Knit and chat with us.
Yeah. So if you would be into that, a knit and chat kind of broadcast, like a live thing, and we just hang around and knit, we love it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it in your apartment.
Maybe.
You said so before. You're like, oh, I want to get this, like my room all gussied up.
Yes.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
we'll plan it.
We'll plan it in any case. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us and spending some time chatting, and we'll see you really soon, okay?
Bye.